Hey,
Hey, what's up? Coming over tonight?
no, I think we should just find someone else. I can't do it anymore. I should get into just another practice.
Anataka bochola nesikoleni.
Man, Donna, it actually took me a while for me to actually enjoy the past, but because at first I was quiet as hell. I wasn't speaking to no one.
Yeah.
I wasn't socializing with anybody. I just kept to myself, read my books, you know, and just sat and observed this body. I understand. Like it's the type of thing with when you enter in a different environment,
Yeah.
it's either you're gonna get them or papa, or you're gonna get them knowing people. I understand, or you're gonna get the quiet.
I didn't have anyone.
I didn't have anyone. My phone papa's body.
Yeah.
So I just I was just quiet. But everything then changed when I met Pete. You check.
Yeah.
Cause Pete pulled up and then I knew he was like, say, why when I say it's too though? Like, why you always quiet and shit? I was just like, nah, it's just how I am, it's how I vibe. You know what?
Yeah.
And then Pete was like, nah, nothing really changes, but I understand. Because we hearing convos about AXA, that man can't do why so.
Oh, there, the girl's house.
That girl, so XA, hey, why that man is so, why that man is so.
Yeah.
So Pete took it upon himself
Yeah.
to be like, see, let me try and see what this nigga's about.
Yeah.
And she had enough vibe to herself because we linked, like we synced from the moment we actually spoke.
Cap.
Now with the album out,
She was also like new to the school.
Yeah, she was new at the time.
Yeah.
I was already there for like 3 years.
That was the first year there.
And when she got there, it was the first year.
Yeah, for sure.
So when she started speaking to me, it was like month 2 since arrival.
Yeah.
So she was like, alright, cool. We spoke, we chilled. Then she came up with this thing of like, yo, let's be best friends.
Oh, pasty
Pasty type of nonsense. I was like, alright, cool, no problem.
Yeah.
I decided to close my books, put it to the side, and give her time, and then just see what she's about.
Oh, Troy, give her the time, give her
everything, just vibe with it.
But why her though? Why not the other mommies at school?
Like I said,
I need a motherfucking wife, man. So she can take care of me. Oh, fuck.
When you get to school, what type of person you are.
I thought you've been there for a minute.
I've been there for a minute, but I didn't like the people that pop or not. Like a lot of people try to speak, and just conversate, get to know and shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm all free gonna live vibe here. To see about you're on your high horse. I just look at you and then I'm just like, just give you one word response. I'm tired of about the papayas, but
okay, sure.
So she came chill. She was like, hey, look, I understand how you vibing, but look, I want this though. Alright, cool. And she was smart. She was challenging.
Yeah.
The chick. And the chick who's smart and challenging, it's worth the time. Okay, cool. We're vibing. We became besties, for real. I became social now at Scala. I was not in my bubble anymore.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, while I'm chilling with her, it was a whole thing of now people are starting to match, dog, People are starting to date, others are starting to fuck around. Everybody's just mashing.
Yeah.
So they started assuming it's me and P were busy and type shit.
Oh, because you always together.
Because we were always together. And we were never busy.
Sure.
You get? But one thing about it, I seriously actually wanted to be busy with her.
So why didn't you?
I've never done anything. I've been there for 3 years and I haven't done anything. So it was like a whole jump. So I was like, nah, you know what, let me just let it be how it is.
Sure.
So low key I wanted to, but I was like, nah, I just chill back.
Yeah. And
then sadly on my case, I ended up losing my window because she started dating another motherfucker.
Oh shit, we're trying a first man.
I'm trying a first man.
They did what? When? How?
And mind you, when this thing is happening, she asked me about it, like, hey, yo, do you know this guy? Do you know that guy?
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, yeah.
He's the home.
I grabbed the nigga, you know, like, yeah, I chill with him sometimes, like, at the hostel, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, no, he spoke to me and, like, you know, he wants to, like, mingle and shit. I was just like, hey, can't you want to say I'm mingle, you know? And she was like, nah, dog, I just want to see how it be. Kanti, same day when I go to hostel, that's like, we're walking down to go to the rooms and shit. Nigga pulls up because he understood the situation, but it's it. So always like I ain't done present play 5.
Play 5, dog. Play 5, yeah.
I was just like, dog, when a nigga shoot.
Sure.
You can't block a nigga from shooting. So I was just like, nah, dog, look, you know what? I'm gonna mention it. So I didn't face him with say, Ukel already told me. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna mention it and then I'll see what she says and I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
And the boy is already pushing his steez and chick is already like,
oh, she's digging the vibe.
She's digging the vibe and everything.
Yeah.
So alright, cool. I tell the hun, I'm like, yo, look, P, boy actually like came to me about you yesterday. So what do you think? Are you gonna give it a shot or not? She was like, alright, cool. Do you think it's worth it? I'm like, hey, well, look, this is the place, dog. You know, shit happens here, but like, yo, if you fuck with it, you fuck with it.
Yeah.
So I kept my feelings to the side, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and just let
the boy do his thing.
Yeah.
Jig after 2 days, a nigga's bagged. That one. I was like, I'm chill.
Cap.
Now with the album out,
Schedules not have to change, though.
Can't chill with her all the time.
Can't chill with her all the time.
Yeah.
Because we would be like throughout the whole day together, but now schedules got changed, though. So I'm like, alright, cool. Basically got a nigga. I'm still single as fuck.
Sure.
You get?
Sure.
Alright, cool. So when that happens, she pulls up with this friend of hers that she used to chill with at hostel.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna call her P2 because like she had a similar name. So I'm gonna call her P2. So she pulls up with P2 and then like she's like, ew, P2 just wanted to greet. She wanted a hug. I'm like, a hug? It's like, yeah, she just wants a hug. Mind you, she's like standing right in front of them, like, okay, what does she ask us all? She's like, hi, Kay, can you please give me a hug? I'm like, alright, cool, no problem. I give Dan a hug. Kanti, what's happening? P is lettering 5.
Everyone is playing 5 for each other.
It's the season, everybody's just mashing up.
You know what I'm saying? Playing 5 for each other, yeah.
But now, this is where things fuck up. You get? So we had this thing, of like a whole like marathon of like assignments and shit, tests and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the time, I was like very good at like one of the subjects. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So P2 came about the plan to say, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna study with y'all so that I can get in there.
Oh, study group type shit.
Yeah. Okay, cool. When that happens, P1 is like, nah, cool, no problem. We can vibe with that. So as we like mashed in that like group study and working and everything.
Yeah.
I don't jump, dog. Like, there's no smarts here, dog. You get what I'm saying? Because it's just study. You know, you don't really test people when you're studying, and sometimes you don't even study the whole time because your other guys are still like conversating about other topics too, just vibing and shit. So I was like chilled with her. I was vibing with her. I was like feeding her at the time because like she had a whole hourglass working on her.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. While I'm there, exam days pull up. You get what I'm saying? Now, mind you, the subject that we were studying together, I come out top on it after we write.
Yeah.
You check? I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but P2 comes out last.
And then you guys like studying together.
We were studying together, and the material that we studied was exactly what came out.
Oh, feel like I
It was. So she comes out last. I come out first. Alright, cool. No problem. Now, because I aced it, I got like full marks for the test. Everybody else in the grade was like, nah. Full marks. That's impossible. Alright, cool. No problem. Teacher's like, you know what? Since you're complaining, and really, it's impossible to get 0 for that subject. You know what I'm saying? She also jumped in on the whole complaining shit. Alright, cool. No problem. Teaser's like, you know what? Let's redo the subject. Like, let's redo the test. But I'm going to give you a different one. But the same material, just in a different context. Alright, cool. No problem. We write that shit. Following day, we write that shit. Because we didn't need to restudy. So we write that shit. As we write that shit, dog, alright, cool. I didn't get full marks. I just got like 2 things wrong. You get what I'm saying? And I was still the highest, still top of the thingy of the exam. Okay, cool. She was still last, but she didn't get 0 this time. But she still got the last, dog. Usually last.
Or something.
Nah, at the moment, I just assumed that she wasn't bright. So I got turned off by that shit.
Because she was dumb.
I'm not gonna say she was dumb though. I gotta call people dumb, you get what I'm saying? But she wasn't bright at it. So I'm like, nah, fuck that shit, dog. I didn't vibe with her anymore. People's up's like, hey, dog, like, I understand we done writing now, so this is what's up. P2 is interested. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good.
I don't think he will come back again.
Good.
So you curved down on the spot,
P's like, why? I'm like, ew, like, it's just the whole, just everything that just happened. She's like, what about her getting the lowest mark? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like we're ever gonna have like stimulating conversations or even a stimulating relationship. So I cut that shit off. P's like, alright, cool. She dropped it. Now P started getting concerned because she's vibing with a nigga and I'm still single. You get what I'm saying? So she was like, you know what? Let me try and get someone else. You know what I'm saying? This is where now I took the biggest L of my life, dog. The biggest L of my fucking life. So, and we're gonna call her L. So this is how we're gonna call her L. She wasn't as dumb, but she wasn't bright, but like she understood. She was street smart, let me put it like that.
And she could manage.
You know what I'm saying? So L pulls up, hey, Katie does, Katie that. I just wanted to hang out. I'm like, nah, it's chill. No problem.
Well, so now all of a sudden now you can hang out with me now.
Yeah, I'm kidding, I'm social now. I speak. You get what I'm saying? But now it's still a thing with, I was still intimidating. So people just had to have the balls to come and speak though. So now L pulls up, hey, I just wanna like speak. I'm like, nah, talk. So now this is why I say that this is the biggest L I've ever taken in my life. I was still a kid at the time, and I'm gonna blame it on that.
Sure.
So she had a kid though. You get what I'm saying?
She was a young baby mama.
She was a young baby mama and she was a druggie at the same time.
It's sad.
You check.
Yeah.
So P was like, "Ew, like just don't mind that." You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I just don't mind that. And then like, if it's a problem, then scratch it out. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me hear it out. I chill with the hand and hear it out. And then I asked them like, since you were druggy and shit, do you like sniff that shit when you with your kid?
Yeah.
And she was like, nah, I don't.
That's cat, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, but that's kind of impossible because like you always high. You get?
Yeah.
So okay, cool. Visitation day pulls up, and then the kid pulls up too. But now when I see the kid, I won't lie, she was a pretty ass little girl, dog.
Yeah.
So when she came with the kid to come and introduce the kid, I kind of like it was a kid. It's an innocent thing, dog. You know what I'm saying? So she used the kid to like find out points for herself.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now in my head, what registered was like, you know what? I gotta make this hun stop this whole druggy bullshit. So I tried to do what? I tried to save the bitch. That's my L right there. I tried to save the bitch, dog. So alright, cool. I'm pushing with the hand. All of a sudden now, when visitation is over, following day, I'm pushing with the hand. I got a mission, dog, to do what? To fucking save this chick so she doesn't do all that bullshit.
Captain Save a Hole.
You get it? Alright, cool. As I'm doing that, now, I lead with that hey, for me and you to work, you gotta drop all this shit.
Yeah.
And if that shit is more important to you, then we're gonna end this. Okay, Han takes baby steps to actually like leave that shit. She eventually actually dropped it.
Yeah.
She was good now with a kid. Whenever like visitation came and the kid could come, like even the kid could notice good to fuck. My mom is different now.
Sure.
Her parents too could say shit. You just different now. You even glowing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. That's my biggest L though.
Yeah.
I vibe with the chick, I vibe with the chick. So it's a boarding school, right? So since we leave, we fly home, né? Just for like holidays and shit. You got. So as we leave and we fly home, this was like towards the last term of the year. So as we leave to fly home, I'm here, I'm chill, you know, on my crib, vibing, doing my shit. Now it's time to go back to school after the holidays.
Yeah.
So Elle calls and she's like, hey, dog, how are you gonna go to school? I'm just like, no, dog. I was thinking that I'm just gonna like get a ride and I'm gonna go back. But I'm not gonna go with my rents.
Yeah.
She was like, nah, pull up, we can go together. So I'm like, now. She's like, yeah, now, because we're leaving tomorrow. I'm like, alright, cool. I slept over at Elle's house.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
You check. I slept over. I won't lie, like, I spent a whole lot of time with that fucking kid, dog. I got close to that child.
Now you a stepdad.
That was a stepdad. But mind you, dog, I'm still a kid. I'm still young. I don't fathom this shit. You get what I'm saying? I'm just vibing with it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, as we vibe back to school, né? There's this Han. We're gonna call her Flamingo, né? Because, yeah, we're gonna call her Flamingo.
Yeah.
So there's this Han called Flamingo. As we get to school, né? We first stop by girls before we go to boys. So as we get to school, as Elle comes out of the car to get a shit and go inside, I also pull out of the car and then Flamingo sees that I came with Elle to school.
You know by the reception at the top there.
Exactly. So Flamingo sees that I pulled up with Elle and Elle doesn't hide it. She's like, no, Kay was with me. It's like, oh, like she just lashes the whole news to everybody, dog. So, alright, cool, no problem. Now, mind you, Flamingo was hot as fuck. And I felt her, but at the time, I was not interested. You get what I'm saying? Like, mind you, I just became social.
Sure.
So I wasn't jumping into things. Being a pop, I hate popping, and I hate people that pop. So I didn't pop up about this shit.
Yeah.
So, as we went back to Skila,
yeah.
I'm still pushing with L. But now, Flamingo realizes that, ayo, this motherfucker is like social as fuck now. Let me see if we can be friends.
Something's different now.
You know what I'm saying? So, you remember Jelly, right?
Yeah, Jelly, yeah.
So, me and Jelly had conversated before, like we've spoken and shit before.
True.
So, Flamingo was like besties with Jelly. So, she was like, hey, yo, Jelly, I need you to like introduce me to that nigga. But the irony about this shit is that Flamingo's in the same class as me.
You,
but like I don't speak to people, remember? I just started being social.
Yeah.
So Flamingo asks Jelly to introduce. So Jelly introduces. Hey, yo, Katie, what's up? This is my sister type bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. No problem. I'm like, chill. So when Jelly leaves, I'm now with Flamingo and we walking back to class because we're in the same goddamn class. And I won't lie, like before that, I thought I just never saw her. You know what I'm saying?
She was there.
But she was there though, but I just never saw her.
Yeah.
So alright, cool. I'm walking to class with with Flamingo. As we walk into class, Flamingo was like, hey dog, I would like it if we could be friends and just chill.
Yeah.
I'm like, alright, cool, I don't have a problem with that. So when that happens, as I get into class, I meet up with P. So P was like, oh, so you and Flamingo are friends now? I was like, oh, nah, bro, just like we just like spoke today for the first time. So Flamingo and P were not
close.
Were not in good terms.
Yeah.
Because along the way, while P was in a relationship, Flamingo was trying to like
get a man's, yeah.
And P's man's was also trying to get at Flamingo.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You know what I'm saying? So they had like a small yana beef about that shit. Yeah. So P wasn't comfortable with that friendship that was just starting with me and Flamingo. She was like, nah, Katie, I don't want you to chill with this one. Yeah. I was just like, nah, bro, look, whatever's happening between that whole triangle that y'all got, it's not gonna happen here. You my bestie, she's a classmate, and that's it. And P actually like gave it a benefit of the doubt because throughout the whole year, I didn't speak with Flamingo for shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So okay, cool. While that's happening, man, I'm dating in a different class. So obviously, man, from Puma, new checker. Sometimes with the uva no muntu ukuthi bazocheck isitha. Oh, to
like bluff the situation.
To bluff the situation. So Flamingo was like, she sees that I'm getting up, I want to vibe and go check her. She's like, hey, let me cop her. Because P wasn't about that whole, like, cheeky cheese as a ski. So I'm like, nah, it's chill. We can go. Yeah. Flamingo decides to cop on me with vibe, I go check her. So she came up with this bullshit could say, since my no copy the when you check, friends are now on cap. Man, you check.
Oh, so when she was do her shit.
When she was do her shit, you cap it. And then when I go to my shit, was on cap. Yeah. So it was a way for her to get in. I was just like, nah, chill. No problem. I don't mind doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started pimping her out. Because now niggas realize Gutini, mina is ni hamba Flamingo. And niggas were drooling over that shit.
What is that in 5 now?
So you know when I'm at hostel, I'm not getting visitations, dog. From motherfuckers, hey boy, friends with like 5 flap on Twana. Hey boy, like friends with success on Twana. Little Flamingo. I'm like, nah, bro, relax. But the man from them landing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But okay, shot. Cause you're shooting your shot and it's much itarai, you understand? Alright, cool, I'll let her know. You know what I'm saying? So I let Flamingo know good, hey, say, Usman ban, say, bad food. She was a bull at the time. You know what I'm saying? When she sees red, dog, she just goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's like, Katie, go with some carpet in your grade 12. Katie doing carpet with some year. I was just like, alright, cool. No problem. Because we had like a whole system working.
Sure.
So I was like, cool, no problem. Nyam kappa, I will check, and nyam kappa, I will check, and nyam kappa, I will check. That one. And then I realized, good say, now when you were in the pit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She pulls up, she's like, yo, you friends with that man? I'm like, why? She's like, Bob. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with Bob. You get what I'm saying? I'm cool with him.
Yeah.
And she's like, no one is gonna suspect nothing because like Bob is chill as fuck. You get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. You say that part.
Now I feel what happened guys? You the one that faced me to excel. And that I Flamingo nothing that there's something happening there because I remember we were at DH and so he's a child and they're like, Antana, it's a Flamingo but so why tell something? I'm like, I'm sure. But on plus you got nothing going on. You still on the subway shit and so you're still heartbroken. I just get that shit out your system, my guy, and just bite out of the teeth and so so I bite to her claws. Chopped it up with her. We were supposed to be on, but then some shit happened along the way. I don't know. We just stopped talking. So nothing really happened between me and her. And I didn't like take it in a bad way. I was just like, that isn't fine. CG, it is what it is.
It's for the coon
So that's where that shit ended with me.
Yeah, and after that, dog, like, the system just continued working like that.
Yeah.
You check.
Yeah.
But then the fucked up part happened where like now me and L just wasn't working no more. Because like
was it during like that process, like the process between like when you started like pimping Flamingo out to niggas?
Yeah.
That was during that process.
During that time when I started because L, no not L, yeah, L, man.
Yeah.
At the time, she didn't fuck with that system. And mind you, Flamingo is like way harder than her.
Yeah.
So if you as a nigga, you're chilling with a harder chick than your girl, of course your girl's gonna have some ick about it.
Sure.
So she was not cool with it, and I was just like, you know what? If we're now 10, we could say me an internet access party, which means good tea. I was 10 doing herself, good to you have me. And I don't fuck with a girl that doesn't trust herself in her own relationship though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta trust yourself in it. If you think that I'm cheating and you got no evidence, you're insecure as shit. Which means that we're always gonna have problems in the relationship, and that's a turn off for me. I don't want you to trust me, you just gotta trust yourself. Go to exit unpaired though. And live by that. So L never understood that shit. You know what I'm saying? Every single time now, conversations when we there, it's always about Flamingo this, Flamingo that. Hey, you know what Flamingo says when we at hostel? She says, Gucci, you and her are cool, you're chill. I'm like, look, first of all, it's P. I'm chill with that. And for you to even have a spot here is because P gotta let you fire.
Hey, we thirds now.
You know what I'm saying? So what you on about just doesn't make sense. Because first of all, when I come and check, when I come and see you, who's fucking got 60 for us? It's Flamingo. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, alright, cool, no problem, chill. I don't mind that shit. We ended up not, how do I put this? We ended up just not vibing, not feeling. You get what I'm saying? And then what happened was, oh, there was this nigga there in the accounting class.
Sure.
It was like timid as shit. I'm gonna call him timid boy better because he was timid as shit.
Oh yeah, timid boy.
But I used to like fuck with that nigga like that nigga just had like a warm vibe to him.
Yeah.
You check. So timid boy is like, except I wanna like I want to vibe with Flamingo.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Dog, that girl's just too much for you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
This is like fucking me, dog.
Bro was like, nah, I get that, but maybe she may like me.
I bet.
I was like, alright, cool, bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let her know. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason to why this system, you also tell Mrs. Kilegotunjam, but just to explain it, the reason to why the system ended up being so well known is because the school's very like closed in, the walls talk, everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
So it was known with say, on the Flamingo,
Sure.
just holler at Kate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Timmy Boy was like, hey, I want that honey. Plug me. I was like, cool. And because I fucked with him, I did it literally the same goddamn time. I literally went back to class.
Sure.
I fetched Flamingo. I'm like, yo, though, we going to my boy right now.
Yeah.
Because Flamingo wasn't in a stable relationship. Even if she was in a relationship, it was never stable.
Yeah.
So I took the boy. I took Flamingo, we vibed to Timid Boy. I'm like, yo, motherfucker fucks with you. And do right by the boy.
For sure.
She's like, all right, she smiles about it. She's like, all right, cool, let me hear what the boy got to say.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, it's Timid Boy. And he has a warm vibe to him. So anyone he speaks to, anyone he like meets up with,
Sure.
they always fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? So I leave them at that. I vibe back, I chill with P. P ended up having a divorce with her man. You know what I'm saying? They like broke up and shit. So she just used to like chill in class now and all that shit. Now I was also having like bad vibes with my hun, so I just used to spend most of my time with P now.
But P and L are in the same class, dog. Good job.
Nah, P and L weren't in the same class. L was next door.
Oh yeah.
P was in my class.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. So I was chilling with P and I was just vibing. We went back to like just being full-time besties now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So Flamingo pulls back, she's like, hey, yo, like, your boy is cool, I'm gonna chill with him. But I don't think that I can like seriously date him though. I was like, nah, I understand, but just do right by the boy. You know what I'm saying? Alright, cool. No problem. I started catching for P on a serious note. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't want L no more. And then came to a point where I even started having like an on and off with L. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go into details about that because I was literally taking L's their relationship dog. But we had our on and offs and I started catching for P. And as I'm catching for P, Flamingo is trying to like get in, but from the back door though. And I just never used to see her. Especially when I was with P, I never used to see any other chick. So I was like, okay, cool. It's towards final exams and shit. We had to write. There was no point to like start a relationship at that time because as soon as we're done writing, we leave.
We're leaving. Let's try it.
So I'm like, you know what, now? I'm just gonna like try and shoot my shot when we come back after the exams the following year when we matriculate. Yeah, check. And then, yeah, that was my plan for the time. You know? But I literally like fucked the P dog and I fumbled it big time. And I was taking big ass L's there with fucking L. And then I broke off with that shit and just never vibed with her again. Never felt her. So that's how my first like relationship happened when I was in that place, dog.
When as you taking your L's on the side here, your mate is trying to be besties with me. Now I'm supposed to come and coach you and be like, hey, on the Fraser over here look at Rocco because she's crying on me now. Now she's telling me shit now that you're doing. And dog, I wasn't even about that whole bestie business going on in the school. But it happened.
Nah, the one thing about Elle though, but she was okay, but she just, you know, sometimes you can't change a person.
Yeah.
And I was foolish to think that I would be able to do it.
Yeah.
You get? So I just never vibed with that after that. And when we had her on and offs, she started relapsing too.
Oh, going back to the drugs and shit. Going back to old ways.
That's another thing that just made me not fuck with her even more. And on the other hand, here I'm having a great time with P. She has like an aura to her, dog, where like mental stimulation to every communication that we had, dog.
Yeah.
You know, we were just transparent as fuck between me and her.
Yeah.
So I was just like, nah, dog, I ain't vibing with that shit. So yeah, dog, that's how it went. That's how my first Njola started at that place.
Crazy talk, man.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
So yeah, man, y'all have it. Y'all get the story, man. My boy tried to be Captain Save-A-Hole here.
Imagine, dog.
Trying to change your midi, you can't do that, bro. You get what I'm saying? So,
can't save a hoe, dog. You can't. She don't want to be saved, boy.
Dog, J. Cole said it best, bro. Cannot save her, dog. She don't want to be saved. You get what I'm saying? So that's for today. You get what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. You feel me? Check us out on our social medias, man. We have a Twitter. We're finna post it somewhere here. I don't know it, but tell us on how you feel about the show. And, you know, yeah, just spread positive vibes, man. You know, like, comment, subscribe there. On what y'all feel about the boy, whether he did a good thing or not. I'm saying he took a L. I don't know about y'all.
I took a L, dog. I took a L. And I admit to that. My biggest L.
So yeah, man, let's catch y'all on in the next one, man.
Girl so upset, cause I told her to get over it. I told her to get over it. I told her to get over it. She's so upset that I told her we not memories. I told her we not memories. I told her we not